If your thoughts were a real person, you would have walked away from them years ago. Because think about it. They judge you. They belittle you. They twist your mistakes into weapons. And they repeat the same painful sentences until you start believing them. Yet somehow, you let them stay. You let them speak. You let them decide who you are. But listen, that voice wasn't born from truth. It was born from fear. A scared part of your brain trying to protect you from things that already happened. Today, you're going to see something important. The voice in your head is not your identity. It's just an echo of old wounds pretending to be wisdom. And it's time to stop believing it. Imagine standing in front of a mirror that's been cracked 100 times. You want to see your real reflection. But every line, every fracture, distorts the truth. One crack from a childhood moment when you felt invisible. One from a failure you still punish yourself for. One from someone who walked away without explanation. One from every night you held yourself together because you had no one to lean on. Now imagine trying to understand yourself through that mirror. You're not seeing you. You're seeing the fractures. And then your brain whispers, "See? This is who you are." But that whisper is wrong. You are not the cracks. You are the person behind them. Psychologists call it cognitive distortion, your mind bending reality to protect you. But emotionally, your brain isn't cruel, it's terrified. It thinks predicting the worst will keep you safe. It thinks criticizing you will make you stronger. It thinks doubting yourself will save you from looking foolish. It thinks overthinking everything will keep you from repeating old mistakes. Your brain is fighting old battles with old weapons against enemies that aren't here anymore. It doesn't realize you've survived all the things it's still scared of. When someone doesn't reply, your brain whispers, "You're not important." When you mess up one thing, it says, "You always fail." When you feel tired for one day, it warns you, "You're falling behind. Everyone else is ahead." And because the voice sounds familiar, you believe it. But these aren't truths. They're survival strategies your mind learned during the hardest years of your life. Old fears, disguised as logic. Your brain didn't invent these lies. It learned them. Maybe from parents who didn't nurture your confidence. Maybe from teachers who remembered your mistakes more than your effort. Maybe from people who called themselves your friends, but disappeared the moment you needed the same support you always gave them. Maybe from someone you loved who didn't protect your heart. Your brain carries these memories like scars under the skin, sensitive, afraid, unhealed. So it whispers, "Don't trust, don't try, don't hope, don't expect good things." But every one of those whispers comes from your past, not your future. There comes a moment, not loud, not dramatic, when something inside you finally says, "I can't keep hurting myself with the stories my mind tells." That moment is your awakening. Not when life becomes easy. Not when people change. Not when everything is perfect. Healing begins when you stop assuming every thought is true. Here's the skill that rewires your entire life. You are not your thoughts. You are the one hearing them. Try this. Instead of "I'm worthless," say, "My brain is remembering an old wound." Instead of "I always fail," say, "My mind is scared right now." That tiny shift, that breath of distance, creates space for truth to enter. Every time you question a painful thought, you repair one fracture in the mirror. Every time you choose patience over self-hate, you polish a little more of your reflection. Every time you move forward despite the fear, you prove your brain wrong. You show it, "I am not who I used to be. I am not living the same story anymore. I am building a life that fear can't understand." Healing happens slowly, gently, quietly. So remember, your brain lies, but your heart whispers the truth. You are stronger than your doubts admit. You are more worthy than your fears allow. You are more resilient than your past ever believed. You don't have to silence your thoughts. Just stop surrendering to them. Choose the thoughts that feel like peace. Release the ones that feel like pain. And step into the life your old self never believed you deserved. You are becoming stronger than the voice inside you.